In tonight's headlines, a woman is arrested after her 4-year-old daughter is found unconscious in the bathtub. Vladimir Putin vows to punish those behind a deadly terrorist attack on a Moscow concert hall.
A 4-year-old girl is in serious condition in hospital after being allegedly abused by her mother. The child was found unconscious yesterday in a flat in Billionaire Royale in Kowloon City after her elder brother phoned police. Sources said the 38-year-old mother was bathing the girl in their Sapo Road home when she left suddenly, leaving her daughter unattended in the bathtub. Her brother later discovered the girl lying unconscious at the bottom of the bathtub. Medics found 11 bruises on the girl's back and limbs and alerted police. Sources also claimed that the family's domestic helper had previously seen the woman beating her daughter with her bare hands. The girl was reportedly heard crying the night before she was found in the bathtub. Police arrested the woman for child abuse. An aunt is taking temporary care of the girl's 2 elder brothers. Today was the city's hottest in March since records began in 1884. The temperature reached 31.5 degrees Celsius at the observatory headquarters in Timsachoi this afternoon. The previous high for March was 30.1 degrees recorded in 1973. It was even hotter in some other parts of Hong Kong today. In Shangshui, the mercury rose to 32.1 degrees at 3:30 p.m. The hot spell is expected to continue for 2 more days and dip on Wednesday. Financial chief Paul Chan said 20% of the strategic enterprises that recently chose to make Hong Kong their base come from the West. Writing in his blog, he said almost half of the 50 firms that have signed agreements with the government are from the life and health technology sectors. The jobs they are offering include research and management. Chan said up till last month, Invest Hong Kong had already helped 58 family offices to set up or expand their businesses in the city this year. The government's goal, he added, is to reach out to more technology-based enterprises around the world and lure them to Hong Kong. Former Commerce Secretary Frederick Ma, meanwhile, took to the airwaves to denounce claims that Hong Kong's days as an international financial center are over. He said the city is doing well in several sectors, including insurance and bonds. Ma suggested that the government send representatives to Western countries to explain Article 23 thoroughly in a bid to prevent Hong Kong from being isolated. Janice Yu, Cable News.
Russians observing a day of mourning are demanding answers as they paid tribute to the victims of a terrorist attack on a concert hall in Moscow on Friday evening. People in the capital rushed to donate blood following the deadliest assault in Russia in 2 decades. Gunmen stormed the Crocus City Hall, killing at least 133 people and wounding more than 140. Fire engulfed the building when the attackers hurled petrol bombs. After the flames were doused, investigators sifted through the debris, searching for clues to help identify the mastermind of the raid. An offshoot of the terrorist group Islamic State claimed responsibility, but Moscow wants to know if it was acting independently.
Всего задержано 11 человек.
In his first public statement after the attack, President Vladimir Putin did not mention the claim by Islamic State. Instead, he tried to blame Kiev, saying all 4 suspects were arrested as they attempted to escape to Ukraine. Kiev, which is trying to repel Russian invaders, said the allegation was absurd. Putin vowed to identify and punish those behind the attack. With no progress in ceasefire efforts, Israel has continued to bombard Gaza. The latest casualties included 8 Palestinians, whose house in central Gaza was hit by an airstrike. The Palestinian death toll has now exceeded 32,000 as calls increase for an end to the bloodshed. A looming famine is worsening the situation in Gaza. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres traveled to the region to see the situation for himself. He visited an Egyptian hospital treating injured Palestinians, and later at the Rafah crossing point, he appealed for peace.
Ramadan is a time for spreading the values of compassion, community, and peace. And it is monstrous that after so much suffering over so many months, Palestinians in Gaza are marking Ramadan with Israeli bombs still falling, bullets still flying, artillery still pounding, and humanitarian assistance still facing obstacle upon obstacle.
Hunger is threatening refugees huddled in makeshift camps in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Millions of people in the African country have been displaced by fighting. They cannot afford food and survive on handouts from relief agencies. About 25 million people, making up a quarter of the population, face starvation. To avert a catastrophe, the World Food Program is appealing for $550 million to help save lives.
Conflict has not let up for 3 years. People have been uprooted from their homes, from their land, not once, not twice, but multiple times. We, as the World Food Programme, we have to be there to give food assistance, to give cash, to make sure that these families don't face hunger. And we also have to keep telling the international community, don't give up on these people, don't ignore these people, and don't let this situation be tolerated.